And we are live. Men are the true barbarians.
Facts.
Apparently, that was Tiffany's idea for the title, but I
Damn,
mean,
within the first 10 seconds, you throw me right under the bus.
well, what do you mean by it?
I think men are barbarians.
In what way? But not all men, because some men are like nice guys, aren't they?
Nah, they got like some crazy bone. Every guy has some barbaric crazy bone.
What do you mean by barbarian then? Because it normally means they're like warriors or something, you know?
Well, that and just like pure savages.
In what sense?
Damn, look at you picking my brain apart. I don't know. I would say like they're savages. Like I've had a lot of dudes like tell me one thing and display things like a totally different way in the last 10 years.
Like, yeah. What kind of thing? Just lying about stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta figure
Lying
out.
about stuff, like stroking my emotions, and then it's like not even there. I'm like, damn.
Well, what kind of thing?
Man, look at you playing 21 questions.
Well, we gotta get to the bottom of this because we need to know. We need to know what is meant by barbarians, because like a lot of guys I think would like to be barbarians. You know, they want to be like that barbarian kind of powerful kind of alpha kind of thing. You know.
Damn, Troy batting for the degenerates.
Isn't the problem the opposite? That a lot of guys aren't barbarians anymore. Like they talk about the falling of testosterone in the West and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with food.
And what about plastic and shit like that as well?
Probably.
Do you know what? After this, we got the webinar, What Women Like in Bed. So if anyone's watching this and you want to find out what women actually like in bed, then we're going to be revealing everything later on in the webinar. So you can still join the course. You can still come into Magnetic Sexual Confidence. The webinars are still running. All you have to do is basically go to the link, which I'm going to put back in the chat now, and you can join us and you can come into the webinar, which is going to be
And we're also going to be increasing the prices after we add new content too, because there's going to be new content coming.
Yeah, so
cat's out of the bag. Sorry.
Yeah, so just sign up now for that, and then because this it won't be at a lower price than this. It's at $397 at the moment, which is pretty ridiculously low, given that you get over 18 videos by us. You get over 3 hours worth of content, all about sex, dating, how to become the best lover on the fucking planet. Plus, you get access to the webinars that we're doing, which we're running at the moment, and you get access to the private Telegram chat as well.
And those run like 1 to 2 hours anyways, so that's like additional content too.
What's that?
And they run 1 hour to 2 hours too, so that's like even more content.
Webinars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been running on a little bit, haven't they? I mean, they're going to run. They should run a minimum of 1 hour, but they've been running on a little bit. If we get off on a roll about whatever the topic is, and obviously, it's the opportunity to sort of ask questions and things as well.
I'm not going to say his name because I think he wants his privacy, but the guy from your country when he called you a trend pusher last night.
Oh yeah.
That was a straight savage. I'm like, ooh, if my soundboard, if I had it going, he would get a Don DeMarco.
Exactly. Well, you know, nothing wrong with a bit of trying, is there, just to keep the party going? But don't women desire men who are barbarians? Don't women desire men who are savages?
I think to a certain extent.
Like, don't women want that raw sort of like alpha kind of whatever you want to call it, masculinity? Isn't that what they're on?
Yeah, but it's like with the super like raw like clashes with the 1 week out of the month when women are like, oh my god, the world is ending. I think it clashes.
Well, they want it at that point.
When they're bleeding for 7 days and not dying, no.
So, but they want it in the run up to that, right?
Well, yeah, probably until like 3 weeks before, when everything starts going emotional and we hate the world for what it stands for.
And then you want the super alpha dude.
We want the super alpha dude when we're not bleeding for 7 days and not dying.
Oh, right, okay. And then when you're bleeding for 7 days and dying.
We just want chocolate and cuddles. Some of us ganja.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So, so the whole thing about the different points in a woman's cycle, then that's true. Then is it, as far as it affecting the woman's desire, right?
I think it does. I mean, it also like changes the hormones too. Like sometimes women want to like get on it when they're on their cycle, and other times we're just like, oh my god, don't touch me.
Right. Okay. Okay. Put your questions in the chat, gentlemen. Anything you want to ask us about sex, dating, pornography. What else?
Troy was throwing Tiffany underneath the bus today.
No, I'm not. It's just that
Who hurt you?
No, it's just you made the title, so we've got to discuss what the title's about. Because otherwise, people are going to look at the title and go, "What are they talking about?"
Men are barbarians.
Well, you see, I mean, I think in the
look at you, you're trying to defend the degenerate of the men.
In the
red this guy
in the manosphere space, I think people would say that actually women are the real barbarians, or women are the really savage ones as far as emotions concerned, and the men are just these poor innocent people who just get pulled in by the female wiles. You know? Would you agree?
I hate being the anomaly in the manosphere because it's just like there's things where I'm just like, yeah, and then when it like hits the anomaly, I'm just like, that's not me personally.
Well, how do you think that you differ from the average? I don't know what the manosphere thinks women are like, because you're more pragmatic, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was like listening to Myron's book too, and then like I'm sitting there and I'm thinking,
deserve less.
Yeah, why women deserve less. I mean, we technically do.
Do you think women have got too much at the moment? Because you always say we've got more
we got
rights.
more than men. Like, even if a man puts hands on us, like even if we put hands on a man first, for example, and like we started the fight, they still take away the man.
Yeah.
Or like custody battles and stuff. Like women instantly get granted custody first, even though she's like a shitbag in this situation.
Yeah.
Women do get away with more. I agree with that.
Yeah, women get away with more. They absolutely do. And it's time it was ended. But nothing's going to change. I don't think it's ever going to change. So I was talking to my friend about, he's got some ongoing like custody battle going on with his ex, and he finds it, he's not able to see his son very much and all of this. And, you kind of think, well, is this ever going to change? And you think, well, probably not really. It's probably going to go more the other way.
It's the pendulum's going to go super far until it can't get further, and then it's going to start swinging back the other way.
When all the men are locked up in cages and the women are just like parading around, like poking at them with sticks and stuff, and then it will swing back. Tiffany is correct. Absolutely. Well, obviously. So what have you done today, Tiffany? Although, what time is it there now, actually? It's quite early, isn't it, still? Or it's later afternoon?
Well, I woke up. I dealt with my computer crashing 6 times when I was doing my day job.
No.
And then I'm like trying to figure out why everything keeps crashing. And I'm like, damn, this guy's a rookie. He never formatted his SD card. So I want to kill this videographer that's like out in LA, and I'm like trying to convince my client to get me a DSLR camera. You think you do it better? You think you know more? Well, you do it yourself. And I'm like, fine, I will.
So are you going to get a new camera then? Is he going to get you a camera, do you think?
Probably.
That's what you need. Like, it would be really good if this thing takes off. I think that's going to be really good.
I think it'll be great because it's like I can also we can get amazing quality content too for when you come to America or whenever I meet you in Europe. That's if they give me my passport.
Yeah, magnetic sexual confidence, going to the next phase, going to the next iteration. We're taking this to the moon, guys.
Yeah, no, we got pretty big things for next year. I think that's what I really like about our dynamic too. Like we divide everything so fucking evenly. It's crazy.
Yeah, although I feel like I've been really busy the last few days though. Although I'm working on some other things as well, so it's not just this. But like the weekend, I've been pretty fucking rammed. I didn't even go out today. Really, I went out the house once.
Like eyes like blurred out for some reason.
Mm.
There we go.
So how have you been? So we've been running the webinars this week. So basically, the way that we run this course, Magnetic Sexual Confidence, is that, as we said, a lot of it is taught in lessons that we've pre-recorded and we've put up online, so that they're in the course platform. And you get access to all of them. There's over 3 hours worth of content, basically talking to you all about how to have great sex, how to please her in bed, how to approach women. You know, the whole caboodle, really. But the cream of the cherry on the cake is you get to spend time with us live on Zoom, and we do live Zoom webinars. Okay, and we've done a few of them now, haven't we? And they've actually been pretty good so far, haven't they? Would you think?
They've been great. And then
So-
another thing too, fellas, is throughout the webinars, it's like Troy got me to convince me to take my clothes off like less and less and everything, but he did take me out to dinner.
When was this?
When we're filming the webinars.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not the webinars, the course content. Like when I started out in the dress outstairs, and then the dress upstairs, and then we went to New York. It's like all lingerie.
Yeah, but I had to take it to McDonald's for a Happy Meal.
You're such an asshole.
But the webinars, I think, have been pretty good so far. It's a good dynamic. We've got a nice group of guys in there. People are asking questions, they're contributing, and we're like feeding back to them and everything else. And it's been like pretty cool dynamic, really. I think tonight is going to be quite spicy though, because we're going to have to talk about actual sex. So yeah, it's going to be pretty full on, I think.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So basically, here's one for you then, right? So I was on Reddit. I was on Reddit earlier, looking at some stories like that I could do videos on and stuff. And this one woman said that basically, so we talked about cheating yesterday and what would make a woman cheat. And this woman was basically saying she's been with her husband for ages, whatever. They're not having sex. The sex has completely died off. He's not doing anything to address it at all. And so what she's done is she's put some sex toys in there. She's put some like electronic whatever, and she's given the controller to this other dude, and the other dude is like turning it on and giving her orgasms at like random times of the day. So she's like, I understand that this is kind of cheating, but you know, I don't care anymore, and blah blah blah. And yeah, I mean, crazy story, right? So basically, this guy is married to this woman. He hasn't made any effort in the bedroom at all. And she's just having her love eggs going off at random moments because she's given the controls to some strange guy. What do you think about that?
That makes me want to send a remote somewhere around the world to see if they can do that to me.
What, just like a random? You could send it out. We could do a competition, couldn't we? And whoever wins, they get the controller, and they.
I think that'd be funny if we freaking did that on our webinars or some shit. I wish I'd thought about that before and give you the remote from over there.
Well, how far does the remote last? I mean, how far away can you be? I mean, surely you can't be that.
I think it's on Wi-Fi.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah. Okay.
I think it's on Wi-Fi.
No, but I mean, could it be controlled from further, or do you have to be relatively near? We don't know.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably order a box when I get paid, and when you come back to America, I'll give you the remote.
All right. Anybody who's an expert on sex toys who's in the chat, you know how remote love eggs work or whatever they are, then maybe you can come on the stream and explain it to us.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And then there was some other stories. I mean, you get some sad stories on there, really. There's other stories about guys. There's 2 stories about guys going into hospital and then the woman cheats on him while he's in the hospital, or some woman went out and got drunk and then ended up cuddling. She said she was cuddling in bed with this other dude when he was in the hospital. I mean, it's pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know women can be that awful. Like, I'm such a good girl.
That's what we're up against, though. That's what modern men are up against, isn't it, in the dating marketplace?
Yeah, and now it's like it's like reverse for men and women. It's like the group of men that are forgotten, and then it's the group of women that are forgotten because the other assholes in the market.
But do you think? I don't know if the pendulum will ever swing back, or at least I don't think it'll swing back for a long time. I think women are going to be, you know, all powerful for quite a long time to come. I just can't see how it's going to swing back. Like I can't see anybody turning around and saying, hang on a minute, women have had their shot now. Let's go back to the old patriarchy. It's just not going to happen, is it?
I don't think so.
So that's why everybody needs to get our course, Magnetic Sexual Confidence, because you need to develop that sort of confidence. You need to have that swagger. Otherwise, you're just going to get crushed in the modern dating marketplace.
People got to get out of their comfort zone. With anything really in life, like your comfort zone when it comes to like what you do creatively, what you do for work, like your extracurricular activities.
Oh, yeah.
I think in general, I think the comfort zone is like the danger zone.
Well, that's very true. And a lot of people will say that. A lot of people will make that point. I think there's no growth really within the comfort zone, is there? You know?
There's not. Like, I'm doing so many things right now that I'm uncomfortable with. That's like a learning curve. That's a new challenge. And it's like a bunch of things I need to learn and adapt to. But at the same time, I'm seeing results.
But, and it's the same thing with the dating stuff, isn't it? Because if you never step out of your comfort zone, if you never go and approach a woman, if you never, you know, try to escalate quickly, if you never do something new in the bedroom, then you're just kind of stuck in your old ways, aren't you? And I think a lot of people, the problem is, unless you feel enough pain, you tend not to take action to change anything. You know what I mean? So if people are relatively comfortable and you can satisfy yourself, actually, a cord is actually a contributor to this, isn't it? Because if you're watching cord every day and you're kind of fapping off, and it's like, well, it's not ideal, but it's sort of better than nothing. It kind of gives you an easy release, right? That's the problem. People are like, what's the word? They're numbing themselves, aren't they? To proper human expression and proper human experiences.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the disconnect with porn is like what a lot of men deal with, because it's like they get used to watching something so many times and then like kind of like abuse themselves almost to where they're desensitized to what actual real life is.
Yeah, I was listening to a video earlier. I forget who it was by, but they were basically making the point. It's like, what men want really is access to sex or to sexual, experiences, but with the minimum sort of outlay of resources and the minimum outlay of giving up freedom, I think was the other thing that they mentioned. And so porn kind of offers a solution for that. I mean, it's not a very good solution because you're not actually physically with the woman or anything, but it's kind of, it's a substitute, right? And it's very low risk for guys because you're not going to get rejected by a porn video. I mean, imagine how crushing that would be if you come in the porn video is like, no, sorry, mate. Sorry, I've got a boyfriend. But you're not.
There's probably a market for that.
You're not going to get rejected. You might get rejected. I mean, you're not going to get rejected by a porn video. So it's very low risk socially for guys to use pornography or pornography. Kind of satiate yourself to some extent. And you don't have to do any of the, going out and interacting with women and going on dates and facing rejection and all of that crap. So it's actually a very easy option, isn't it?
I saw some dude, like, I don't know if it was in your thread or my thread on X, but it was like, I watched porn for 20 years and I've had 0 side effects from disease.
No, that's right. That's right. I posted it. I saw he wrote a comment on somewhere on YouTube, and the comment was basically, I've watched porn for 20 years and I'm all the better for it. I haven't had any STDs. And
it's not wrong, though.
That was the one I posted. I wrote, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, that was the one.
He's like proudly like proclaiming.
It was so funny. Not all heroes wear capes.
He's like, I've been fapping for 20 years. It's never done me any harm. Which is like, fair enough, I guess. I mean, whatever. I think it does. On the one hand, it probably is not a bad strategy because it means that he's not had any STIs, but he's also probably escaped a lot of hassle and shit that may have happened to him in the dating scene. But on the other hand, you are almost operating from a place of fear then, aren't you? Because you're like keeping the world at bay because it's too risky, and you're sitting in your room, which is not a great way to operate, I would say.
No.
But, of course, in a few years, that's what we'll all be doing when we all get AI girlfriends and like AI robot sex toy girlfriends and stuff.
I was posting about that, actually, how women are going to be obsolete.
Do you think that's true? Do you think there's a possibility that women could be, people will be just like, yeah, we don't really need women anymore? Because
yeah, let's see, you got AI bots. Not only that, you have all these bitches that have their eggs in the egg bank and stuff that's about to expire, like a milk carton. So I think they're gonna like find use in birthing pods.
Well, it's funny because it used to be said the other way around a while ago, didn't it? It used to, women used to say, well, men will become obsolete because we don't need them for anything really. You know, if you can get pregnant by, I suppose, by like some kind of fertile, you know, sorry, what do you call it? You know, when they, I don't know, whatever, you know, then
Insemination.
Then maybe they won't need men anymore. But it could be the other way around. It could be that men don't need women anymore because now we're like, well, these AI robots are so good.
I know they can blow, they can suck me, they can cook for me, they can clean for me. Why do I need a woman?
Well, Jay Rowlander says Tiffany can't be replaced.
He's right, you know.
What about if we developed a sex robot of Tiffany though? Would you buy it?
Yeah. You a cool motherfucker. So cold.
What?
What? Let's build a sex bot of Tiffany and replace
all right. Yeah. Would you? Right. If somebody created an AI sex version of you, would you go down on yourself?
Probably, because I'm a delicious bitch.
He says, of course. Well, there you go. We got our first customer. But that's interesting, isn't it? You could actually have sex with yourself because you could be like, you get the Tiffany sex robot out of the box. You're like, she's actually pretty fine. And then you start going down, you know, and then you could like have a 69 yourself. That would be like the ultimate sort of narcissism, wouldn't
it? He just said 69 myself.
Yeah. That would be like the ultimate narcissism, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. What the fuck?
So we're going, and she's the one that I haven't even smoked any weed.
I don't know why my ass smoked a blunt before this shit. Like, I don't even know how to rebuttal to that. Like, 69 yourself is the ultimate narcissism.
Well, I mean, don't you think? I mean, licking your own pussy is quite sort
of. Yeah, no, that makes me think about that Rick and Morty episode where Beth fucks herself.
I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Rick and Morty, yeah. Rick and
hey guys,
is amazing.
Happy to see you. Good to see you,
Happy
bro.
to see you.
Anybody watching this who isn't in magnetic sexual chemistry, magnetic sexual confidence, by the way, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You need to join now so you can join us in the next webinar, which is going to be all about sex, and it's coming up very soon, actually.
Yeah, me trying to throw my ass underneath the bus for smoking weed. Can't say her course name.
Sorry?
Nothing. I'm just talking shit to you because it's fun. You guys have any questions in the chat about AI sex bots? Or Trin and Troy?
About dating, about sex. All right, when was the first time, what age were you when you realized that men were attracted to you? At what point did you realize that, did you sort of start to notice that you had like some kind of power over guys?
When I was 13 and got boobs.
So is that quite early? That's probably quite early, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. I've always noticed guys.
But then,
like, I remember being in like third grade and this kid next to me like popped a tent in his pants, and I'm like, "You going camping in your pants?"
Did you say that?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. And it must, I mean, What's it like it for a woman growing up then? Because it must be like sort of. Did you start to get like? Did you ever start to get like high on the sort of I'm so powerful now over these dudes, and you start to feel like that sense
No,
of
not really, because I was a nerd. Like when I was in high school, I ate like my lunch like outside of the band room, or I had it in the classroom.
Hmm.
I was kind of like Lindsay Lohan, unnoticed, and Mean Girls. Someone says gross. What's so gross?
I don't know. Do you think that some women do start to get a little bit narcissistic off the back of it, though? If they're suddenly they're getting attention from these dudes.
I'd say probably 6th grade, middle school.
No, but do you think they start to become like a bit self-obsessed and narcissistic? You know?
I think so. That's how I lost my virginity, is from a dude that noticed that I noticed him and stuff.
So what? So do you want to tell the story? What happened?
He was a sport fucker for virgins in high school.
Was he older?
No, we were the same grade.
Okay.
And then his mother called my mother and found the condom and knew I was over there. And I was like, well, at least she used a condom. But yeah, she pretty much told my mom that I lost my virginity. I got my ass whooped. And then I brought over cookies over to his mother and put X-Lax in it.
Did you?
I was 16.
And she felt the effects of that, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. I never went back there again.
And did you ever see the guy again, or was that it?
No, that was my token of breaking up with him.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. What a romantic story. Open up, we FBI. Ha 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 ha.
Oh man, the 3-letter agencies.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a crusade against that stuff, haven't you?
Abolish the IRS. I'm so sick of my tax dollars like going to like fund missiles to be built to kill people. I'm not for that.
Yeah.
But then when the city's like, hey, can you fix this pothole? They're like, we don't got money for that.
Potholes are a big thing in England, actually. People always bang on about potholes here. It sounds like such a. I suppose it's a big issue when you drive. It sounds like such a boring fucking issue when you listen to people on the radio. Oh, fucking potholes. Blah, blah, blah.
No, it's the worst on a motorbike because all your freaking bones like.
Fake gash is gross. Oh, you mean the AI sex robots? Yeah. So the tough lady got going. Have you ever seen any of those documentaries where you've got guys who are really into sex dolls? I mean, obviously, they're not very advanced at the moment, but I've seen one documentary in the UK where this dude is like sitting at the dinner table. And he's literally got 3 of these like sex dolls sitting around the dinner table, and he's literally having dinner with them. These plastic dolls, like really into it.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Really. I mean, why would you even? I mean. It just if you're basically reduced to banging a piece of plastic, that just seems like a very sad state of affairs, really. I mean, why not just knock one out? I mean, you know.
You're better off fucking the cushions of your couch at that point.
Exactly. All right, here's a question to Troy's girlfriend. Well, I don't know who that is. No girlfriends on this stream. We are professional colleagues only. Are men really more attractive age 30 plus rather than young, strong men age 20 to late 20s?
I mean, I guess like the whole things are like reverse. Like let's live in this universe right now of like women like me go for people that are like 10 to 20 years older than them, and then someone like Troy goes after someone that eats Tide Pods, which is early 20s.
I have to explain the reference because I didn't even understand this fucking. What do you mean by that? What is the reference? Eat Tide Pods.
You're talking about mate switching hypothesis.
So Tide Pods. So you're saying that these Gen Z girls, there's a challenge on TikTok to eat Tide Pods, and they eat Tide Pods.
They did. or thought about it.
That's it. I'm done with that generation. Fuck them. Well, do you think men are more attractive age 30 plus? But I guess it depends on your age as well, right? If you were, because you are now, you're over 30, right? So if you had been, when you were in your 20s, did you find dudes who were over 30 attractive?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, there's often a lot of debate around this issue. I mean, I think generally, I don't know, man. I mean, it's obviously it's individual, right? It's
especially if she has daddy issues.
Yeah. But luckily, most 99.9% of the females seem to. So you're kind of all right with that one. Some red pill nuts literally believe a woman is on a decline after age 18.
That sounds like Zerka. He's like, oh,
yeah.
16 has gauges of consent. 16.
Yeah. She's hit the wall. Man. 18.
The Tripod Challenge, Darwin Awards, basically.
I think generally speaking, I mean, I think I got better as I got into my 30s. I'm not just saying that because I think the problem with younger dudes is if you look a bit baby faced, there's something a little bit. I think dudes could look more masculine as they get older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some, it depends, I suppose, on the guy. But I mean, some younger guys look a bit baby faced, and so okay, they're younger, they've got fresher skin and all that shit, but they also look they don't look as kind of masculine. Whereas some dudes who go into their 30s, they kind of grow into their looks a little bit more.
Yeah,
so
but there's dudes I know in their 40s and they look fucking good with their skin.
Exactly. Well, that's why when you were doing those pictures and you were making me, you were using Face app and you were making me look like super young. And in some of them, I was like, you're making me look too young, because I wanted to look a bit more like, I didn't want to look super young.
The guy coming out of the white candy van. I knew it. You did want to be like the man coming out of the candy van.
But it seems to be an argument that rages on both sides. Like on Twitter, people talk about this age thing a lot because you got a lot of women who are like, oh no, if he's 10 years older than her, that's disgusting. She's women are only attracted to men who are 2 years older than them, and that's it. And then you've got then you've got dudes who are like, I've seen some younger dudes as well arguing like, oh no, your dudes are much hotter in their 20s and blah 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 and all this kind of thing. And it's like, well, I don't know.
I never was attracted to any dudes in their 20s. Like, I think when I was like working in music like 10 years ago and I was going around to all these places, like I hooked up with this dude that like I was like 21 and he was like, I think he was like 23, 24.
Mm.
And it's like it never went past hooking up, and I hooked up with him like twice, and that was like it. I was the only dude like in my 20s that was 20s.
Right. And what was it? What was the problem? I mean, so why did that not go any further? Was it to do with his age or?
No, he just like wanted to fuck everything that could like walk.
Well, that's fair enough. What's wrong with that?
That's why you guys are barbarians.
Sounds like a very sensible young man. Max says some guys turn into George Clooney, Daniel Craig, and some guys go downhill like Leonardo DiCaprio, Mickey Rourke.
I thought Daniel Craig.
Sorry? Yeah, I know, but he's saying,
it.
Yeah, but he's saying he's one of the good ones. He's one of the ones who they've got it right, and then Leo obviously doesn't look great. But I think Leo, to be fair, I mean, I think he just, I guess he maybe doesn't exercise very much or something. I don't know what it is, but like
when he's an alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, like he looked all right in that movie, Once Upon a Time in America. Sorry, the last Tarantino film. He looked all right in that, didn't he? He probably had to get into shape for that. He looks all right. So I think he can probably scrub up. It's just he doesn't really bother most of the time. He's like, fuck it, I don't need to. Mickey Rourke, I don't know really. I can't really think. He looks a little bit grizzled, doesn't he? But I don't know if he looks that bad. But yeah, it is a personal thing. I mean, it's very individual. I mean, there are some guys. So I've got guys who've been in my groups or who've been in, they've been in courses and things, and they will say to me, well, when I was 23, or when I was at university, I used to get all the girls, all the girls love me and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm nearly 30 and I'm losing my hair and I look like a shit and I don't get any attention and it's all over and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's unfortunate, but you need to reinvent yourself. You need to keep moving forward, right? You need to, if there are things that are physically not looking that great about you, you need to figure out, okay, what can I do to improve that,
Like Tiffany got Botox.
Yeah, get Botox, exactly. Exactly. I got Botox in my nutsack earlier. All right, so
those are names at Shake Shack, Nutsack.
All right, so Charlotte is here again. Good to see Charlotte. Does a strong libido affect relationships and make women more prone to cheat? I guess if the woman is really super horny, then she might be more likely to cheat, right?
Yeah, especially if you don't get it as much or you don't have access to as many sex toys.
How are you, Charlotte? Is everything good? Are you asking for a friend?
Look at Troy going in on them 20-year-olds.
I'm not going in. I'm just like, although Charlotte, if you've still got issues with this and you want to do a call-in, because I'm going to do a call-in show. If you want to do call-in with me, then you can do that. We're going to have to figure out what the logistics are going to be. But if you want to talk about these issues in the safe environment of a YouTube live stream, then we can absolutely do that at some point.
A safe environment of a live stream where everybody gets to hear it. She got to call in and be like, "Hi, my name is Betty."
Yeah, men can reinvent themselves by getting turkey teeth and hair transplants. It's down to them. Absolutely. Basically,
I gotta get teeth transplant.
All you need to do get the Midnight Express over to Turkey and go and get a load of work done. You'll be fine. It's not a problem. Well, you got to, obviously it costs a bit of money, but it's a lot cheaper in Turkey at the moment than it is in the UK. So there's a lot of things you can do. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of like cosmetic things and stuff you can do. I mean, I think people talk about like looks maxing as if it's this novel concept. I think it's just common sense, really. I think you should do whatever it takes to, try and look decent to the best of your ability. But as well with guys, I mean, there's the whole black pill argument, isn't there? It's all about looks and that's the only thing that counts. But actually with guys, the Riz is very important as well, isn't it? See, she's agreeing. Tiffany, have you ever got with a guy who's really unattractive looking?
I did once, and then he ended up being an asshole. So he shot himself in the foot.
Oh, so he was ugly and he was an asshole as well.
Yeah, he was an asshole. He was an undercover asshole. You can't be ugly and be an asshole. If you're gonna be ugly, you gotta be sweet as pie.
You gotta be okay, right?
Gotta concentrate on them looks. It's like they say, fat chicks get better blowjobs because that's like
they need to put more effort in. Fiance Anna, great, all good. Wouldn't be wise if I call in. I'd be flirting the whole time. Ha 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 ha. Well, it's good to hear that anyway. Maybe our show did some small part in healing the rift. I'd like to think that we're here for you. We're here for the audience. We're here to try and make everyone just fall in love and embrace each other. So maybe it was part of, maybe it was some words of wisdom that Tiffany gave or I gave. So I'd like to think that anyway. It's probably got fuck all to do with this, but it'd be nice to think that.
Yeah, we had group therapy last night in my Discord.
Well, yeah, apparently. So I'm too much of a boomer to actually be in Discord. So I'm kind of.
I gotta teach him how to do Discord and a lot of stuff.
Well, I have used Discord before actually, but I don't have one. Or if I don't.
How porn star guys not finished 20+ minutes? I need this secret, my dear. You probably know a lot. The fuck are you talking about?
No, he's just saying how do porn stars dudes not finish in. How do they not finish quickly? Although 20 minutes.
They think about baseball.
Is that true?
And things that like kind of slow down their mind.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know more on this topic, because obviously Tiffany as a female porn star hasn't quite had, you know, you want to, you could have a look at Sterling Cooper. Actually, he's got sort of a book on this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I know some too. I talk to a lot of male performers.
Of course, what you really need to do is you need to join our course, Magnetic Sexual Confidence, because we do cover this in the course, and we're running at the moment. The webinars are running right now, so all you have to do is go to the page there, have a look at the information, sign up, and we will let you in. And then
I'm already working on the new art, guys.
Art Basel.
Yeah, I gotta confirm that too. That might mess up the webinars following week. So sorry, guys. Tiffany gotta hustle and make money. That's why you should purchase the course so I don't have to.
Exactly. Ask her. Why don't you? What you should. You don't have to ask me. He's asking me to ask her. So like, ask the lady.
Can money substitute looks? Possibly. Depends what kind of gold digger you go after.
Would you bang a guy who was super rich if he was very ugly? Oh, she's thinking about it. All right, okay.
You're nice, maybe.
All right, well, there you go. So the answer is yes. So that's just blackpilled everybody. Everybody's thinking, no, it's not about money, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, if you want to tap into reality, like I live in Miami and I've been hearing so much shit of what girls say. And then I look like that person where people come up and they tell me everything.
So what kind of things? So there's a lot of like sugar dating and stuff going on there.
But then there's a lot of dudes that like, because I've been on a couple of dates with guys, like since I've like lived out here and stuff. And the number one thing I'd hear of why they're single is because the girls would only be with them because of the money that they make. They don't care about them as a person.
What, the guys don't?
No, the women don't.
Oh, sorry. Well, the women just have sex with them because of what they can give them resources wise.
Mm-hmm.
But broadly speaking, isn't that the sort of the underlying thing of all sexual relationships? Really, is that men want sexual access and women want resources of one kind or another, whether that's actual money or whether it's time and attention. And it's this negotiation between the two.
Probably. I mean, other things too.
Well, women want sex as well, so there is that. But Charlotte says, love to you both. It did, love to you both. Thank you so much. You didn't know of the drama behind my anger, and now he does. He understands and he knew what that loser did. Good stuff. Okay. So they communicated. They sorted it out. They probably made sweet love to make up for it.
I still read a lot of self-help books too. Like self-help is self-improvement. Always gotta self-improve every day. Doesn't matter how old you get. Even Troy does self-improvement shit every day.
Yeah. Tantric masturbation. 20 minutes every morning. It's meditation. Mr. Nice Guy gets her into bed.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. And then the yacht says, just be good looking and get young prime women for free, more enthusiastic, gold digger game, and passport game is a cope for balding cells. Well, a gold digger game, it probably is. I think passport is just, I mean, people make too much of this whole passport thing.
I think it's funny. You know what? I think it's funny when they say like women get like paid to go on vacations, and I think about every time I left the country and how it was for a shoot, or like, next year going to do like video gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's funny because it's like work brings me out of the country.
Right, but so you are getting paid to travel then?
Oh well, no, but I mean like women go with like sugar daddies and stuff on vacation. That's how they're able to travel, because a lot of them, a very small percentage of them, actually do actual work like shoots, content, all that other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are definitely girls out there who are getting paid to travel, or even if they're not getting paid, they're certainly getting the trips paid for. 100%.
And then there's people like you telling me to come out to the UK and stuff. So
I'm not holding a gun to your head, am I? I mean,
You
The
said
UK,
that
not,
on two lives. You said that when you were in Miami. You said that shit in New York.
nah,
I
not
got to
quite.
get a passport for like work for one of my clients. So,
Well, it's pretty cold here at the moment, so I wouldn't come now.
no, I really don't want to. I'm probably gonna come in March though for my birthday.
I will be singing and talk to you, Troy. Don't know what that means. Transcendental meditation. I've never done it. Have you done it?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
What?
I don't know what that is.
It's a specific type of meditation. There's a specific thing. I think it's a kind of, you have to, I don't know what the process is, but there's an actual, you have to learn the technique.
Just smoking weed and like inhaling and exhaling count as meditation? I call it meditation medication.
All right, so safe to say she doesn't do it. I don't do it either. I've never done it. I mean, not transcendental. I've known people that have. It's probably quite interesting. The meditation is difficult. That's the problem. I would like to meditate. I just never bother doing it these days. I should get back into it again. But even just sitting there for 5-10 minutes in silence it's fucking different, especially for me. Jesus, I can't sit there for 10 minutes in silence. Young women get paid for vacations, not old annoying women age 40 plus. American man goes overseas to work. The woman line up when he gets there.
That's a sad thing that happens to the men in the military here in America. Like, these women are fucked up that marry these guys. Like, when they go get deployed overseas and everything, the women that are back at home go sleep with other men.
Yeah, but I think he means he's talking about when the guy goes overseas to work. There's a queue of women waiting for him in the new place. I think.
Oh, yeah, true.
But I mean, I'm not sure that that's true, though, actually. I mean, like, this whole passport bro thing, right? I mean, I've traveled to a number of places. I'm not as well traveled as Tusk, but I've been to a number of different places around the world. And the idea that, you just get off the plane and there's a load of women with that, trying to rub their vaginas in your face is just not true, to be honest. I mean, yes, you can have a bit more. Why are you shaking? You're shaking your head.
Because I have more men approach me overseas than I did have them here.
Well, okay, but it's different for you. So you're a girl. I'm just saying, like, for a guy,
easy mode. We play life on easy mode.
Yeah, but it's easy mode for girls everywhere. It's easy mode in fucking Miami for girls. I mean, like, it doesn't, like, I don't know. For guys, it's like, yes, you do get an uptick in terms of interest. If I go to like Colombia, I'm going to get more interest than I probably would in London, for example, because it's just like, oh, this guy's a bit.
Because you're a gringo.
Yeah, you're a gringo. Okay, yes, you do get that. But the idea that you just get off the plane and there's some girl, sitting on your dick is just not true. You still need to have a bit of riz. You still need to have a bit of game. And there are dudes who go to these places and they fuck up. Now, there probably are the most super easy places that people talk about are Thailand and Philippines, and it might be different there. But even then, I mean, what kind of quality are you getting? If you're just a complete fucking buffoon, and you're wearing a pair of cargo shorts and your belly's coming out the bottom of your Walmart t-shirt and you're waddling off the plane, you're not going to be getting top tier poon in fucking Manila, are you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be getting the scraps, but you're not going to be getting anything decent. So the idea that people can just walk overseas and it's just incredibly easy is not the case. And particularly when you're going to places like Russia. If you go to Moscow, for example, I mean, not now because they've got no money now, but I mean, back in the day, very, very expensive, very upscale. You're not impressing anybody if you go over there and whatever. It's like there's a lot of these places to get into the top tier, very, very hard, unless you are a high value man yourself. Any thoughts?
No, I think we should wrap it up in a minute because it's getting close to the webinar and I need like 5 minutes before we start. Okay.
Good point. All right. So, guys, anyone who wants to join Magnetic Sexual Confidence, you can do that now. Just go to the link here. One-off payment, $379. You will get access to all of the course content, 18 videos, plus you'll get access to the webinars, which we're still running at the moment. I personally love an oldie worldie. I've always liked older ladies. In fact, I remember at college, I preferred the teachers of my mates' mums, even had the young women throwing themselves at me. Well, there you go.
There's still a hope for Tiffany when she gets old.
Oh, shut up. I've noticed some women love sleeping with their female friends' boyfriends or their brother's friends. There you go.
It would have been like that for me.
And then he said, happened to me.
That's
another
important.
great show. We'll keep coming back for more whenever I can. Love and peace. Thank you very much, Charlotte. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. That's it, guys. We will see you again probably tomorrow. But if you want to come to the webinar, you've got the links. Join us in Magnetic Sexual Confidence. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.